December 23rd, I wasn't aware that that was a day I was supposed to remember for the rest of my life.
It all started 2 days before Christmas when two masked gunmen shot and killed the 29-year-old Clouser during a botched robbery attempt here at Effie's Pizza Villa on North 10th Street.
I was shocked. They had not one suspect, not one name, no nothing.
But then the people here were hit with yet another shocking blow as police arrest someone from right here in their own neighborhood, 18-year-old Melvin Ortiz, and charge him with the murder.
I didn't even know what I was doing on that day. So Shannon had a old newspaper, and she looked at the date. She was like, "Yo, that's Isaiah's party."
I was hosting my son's second birthday, but he was there. He actually stayed after the party because he liked my cousin and he was trying to talk to my cousin. That's why this whole thing was so shocking to us, because I'm like, I don't understand.
Nobody would leave a party to go commit a crime on the other side of town and then come back. It's impossible. How can you have 20 people, a whole room full of people, saying that you were there, a place that's 20 minutes away from where the crime was committed?
Okay, I got alibis, I got people, so this is a misunderstanding that can easily be fixed.
You don't have nothing to hide, so just go in, talk to him, and you'll be right back out. That was the last time he came back out. I remember them saying it would be like finding a needle in a haystack. How do you go from a needle in a haystack to, hey, we got the guy?
Hasta el policía que cuando entra en casa nos avisó de que este tigre jugaba sucio.
A nosotros no nos pasó que ellos podían jugarnos una jugada y que alguien iba a pagar por algo que no ha hecho.
It was shocking because we were all so young. None of us were exemplary children, but God, by all means, were none of us murderers.
Reading is a very dangerous place to be. I mean, it doesn't even matter if it's nighttime, so you can't even say like, you know, at night. It's dangerous all day.
If you Hispanic or different race, they look at you different. I wasn't allowed to go into the courthouse and nobody questioned me, so there I kind of pulled two and two together. I was like, there's something fishy going on here.
This is no mistaken identity, nothing like that. These are people who intentionally died.
You know, the bad guy in this situation is John Caltagirone.
John Caltagirone.
John Caltagirone coming forward and stating that Melvin had admitted to him that he had committed this crime.
I was like, what in the hell is going on? Melvin would never tell John that. No. Melvin would never trust. No. I think it was like a $10,000 reward for a conviction. I mean, maybe John did it for that.
And the moment that I met John, I told him, this guy is not, you can't trust this guy. You got to be careful.
This is the guy that I had his back. This is the guy that's been to my house. This is the guy that I told him, yo, man, be safe, man, out there. I love you, man.
He mentioned about the murder that happened, and then he said, Melvin should be careful. At the time, I just thought that it was weird. Like, why would he say Melvin needs to be careful? Afterwards, when we found out that it was John that was accusing him, it was just a shock.
My question is, how does he know so much about the crime? Was he there? Did he commit the crime?
People aren't going to be real forthcoming with information about this kid maybe because of who his dad is.
He was really cocky because of who his dad was, so he felt like he was so untouchable.
It's Thomas Caltagirone. He's the longest standing Democratic Judiciary House member in Pennsylvania, so his job functions entail funneling money down from the Capitol into the sheriff's office, into the judge's office. The corruption really speaks for itself, with John being arrested several times, or at least is a witness in crimes, or is it actually committed crimes but never charged.
We learned that he got a lot of breaks from the police department over the years. You know, that's the kind of stuff that we would have loved to have gotten in front of a jury. We filed motions in limine asking for all that kind of stuff, and the judge denied it.
The judge that oversaw Melvin's original trial also would work with Thomas Caltagirone to erase his son John Caltagirone's records. You have those three just come and kind of set the way for Melvin here to be convicted.
That whole trial was corrupt. The fact that they kept switching lawyers up on him, I knew something was up, man. That these people are playing with his life.
It was so open and shut, and they thought that they had their man. I was only asked a few questions, and they only called a few of us to the stand.
When you have a party of like 20 people, why do they only interview like 2?
The DA, he was a tough one. He would do whatever it takes to get the cases closed. Like for him, I think he just wanted to lock everybody up. That guy, he was just a monster.
I wouldn't put anything past Mark Baldwin.
His policies were off the charts, unethical. They were despicable, and I think it also amounted to unjustified results for a lot of people.
He withheld evidence and had a witness lie to win the conviction. And Mark Baldwin, he was a DA, I want to say for 16 years. How many cases did you handle and do this to in 16 years?
Melvin was essentially convicted solely based on hearsay, right? There's no physical evidence that ties him to the crime, no fingerprints, no DNA, no eyewitness, no nothing.
Well, the evidence, came down to a couple guys, and not real reputable guys, so it wasn't a complicated case.
One of the 3 witnesses is basically what you call a jailhouse snitch.
That's another clown there. I had no clue where the hell he come from. Who the hell is Calixto now? All these names are popping up, and it's like, who in the hell tells a stranger, oh yeah, I did that robbery?
He was the quintessential jailhouse snitch, Dear prosecutor, if you help me, I'll help you, He confessed his crime to me, and I'm willing to testify. He was a classic because he had done it so many times.
So then the other 2 witnesses at the time were a boyfriend and girlfriend team.
Escuchamos el testimonio de Tina y Jan, que los dos mintieron. El abogado los llamó a ellos Bonnie and Clyde, busca recompensa.
The case really did come down to John's testimony, so anything that cast some doubt on that is big. And if she comes in and says, yeah, that's not what happened, and I lied, and he made me lie, that would be very big, I think.
I lied. I stuck up for John, which wasn't true. And I need to get my story out that Melvin had nothing to do with this crime and he should be set free.
Why did you testify on John's behalf?
Scared, fear, not just from him, from his father and his father's pool and people that he knew. I was about 15 at that time.
What did you do with the hoodie and the gun and the stuff?
I threw it in over the Bigman Street Bridge. I threw it over into the Schuylkill River. He threatened me, not that night, but he threatened me that if it came out anyway or anything, that I would be coming after.
Something never happened to me. Let it be told that the Calvin family should be one of the top people they look at, because I've been threatened so many times.
I regret the day I met that damn John. That we met, I regretted it. It was never freaking trouble. Why would you put my family and that family through that? George was a great guy. He gets me every time. Gets me every time. I even said to myself, I'll do my best not to cry. Not to cry. Because it's just sad. I really wish they would just find who did it and let Melvin out and get Effie the real closure that she needs, not the closure that she thinks she has.
Pero yo voy a seguir luchando por mi hijo hasta el último minuto. Yo lo que me quiero morir, cuando yo muera, yo lo quiero ver aquí, antes de morir.
My conscience and my heart is clean. After all this, I want to find peace in my heart, peace in my mind, and be with my wife, make her happy. I mean, and make my parents happy. That even after all this, I can still do something with my life. It's scary because if this can happen to anybody. This can happen to anybody. Just grab a couple people. Hey, listen, just say this and I'm gonna give you this.
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye.